When we think back over these last few years, we had the Laudato Si special anniversary year a few years ago, and that year was marking, I think, 5 years since Laudato Si had come along. And it was a reflection time pre-COVID, actually, as well. And then COVID hit, and it became a moment where the Laudato Si goals were announced. And we've got 7 of those. Do you want to say a few words about those goals and how, as religious, you've been connecting with those, you've been helping unpack those, and the ones that are really connecting at the moment for religious groups?
Well, let me just say, as Redemptorists, you have a special calling with morality. And Pope Francis has put this idea of ecology as a moral issue for us to address. So taking your charism, which is vital to this whole process, and having that be a contribution to what it is that we're trying to do. So as we embark on the 7 goals, we ask all of the congregations to look at your charism and how you've been living it, and then taking that charism as your lens out of how you then begin to actualize these 7 goals. Okay, so the 2 at the top, really the care of the earth and the care of the poor, kind of are overarching on all of the goals. So you're kind of looking at how you deal with the environment, some of the renewable energies, carbon footprint, and the earth. And then when you look at the care of the poor, who are those that are on the fringes? And how are you involving them? And how are you helping them with their voice, in terms of a need to be receptive to them in our environment? We want to say then underlying all of that is the 7th goal, which deals with the networking resiliency in the community. So we're saying, okay, we're going to have personal and communal conversion, but then we need to branch ourselves out to the local communities to see what things we need to be doing together. And that we can raise up, particularly resiliency actually was added to the goals because of the intervention in the positive way from the group from Oceania. So it's not just about networking, it's about helping you be survivors and look at the goods that you're able to offer. So that's an important goal for us to see. Now the drivers now are coming from the ecology piece. So the ecology of the economy and simple lifestyle. We have to be able to say this in a way that has the resources to carry it through. So we need to look at the money. Are we going to be divesting? Are we giving the money to alternative energies? Who are we helping with these resources? And then our own lifestyle, that plastics all over the place. Or where are we buying some fair trade? What are we doing about the energy sources, the lights, whatever. So we're really kind of going to the grassroots piece, the personal way, how can we commit it? But that's a driver. And so then we look at how can we bring about change? Well, we have to have education, spirituality. We have to honor the cultures out of which we intersect with each other. So that's what Pope Francis says. For change, we need education and inspiration to carry us forward. And so these are all interconnected, in many ways. So we have things going on for composting, and we have little villages for the animals to take care of, and we're rejuvenating prairies, and we're looking after the prisoners, the prisoners who are in jail, maybe 2-3 years. I know we had a report from your area, and their cases are not even heard. They are important to the Laudato Si Action Platform. We have in the young people becoming very conscious of the meals in their lunch program, and so, how can we look at a more vegetarian diet? So that's taking place. And to be conscious of how our lifestyle impacts those on the global scene. Either we're dealing with the North or the South, and religious communities are key in all of this. So many of these are resources that are there. There are people that say, do something. We got songs, people writing songs to get us moving. And we have, really trees and plants and natural vegetation and caring for the most vulnerable and finding a way to nourish our hearts and our minds. And we want to do this together.